a fight over who pay into the system and a commissioner who could not give a straight answer. Let's break down exactly what happened, what it means for your check, and what come next. This setup. On June 10, 2026, the House Way and Means Committee Social Security and Work Welfare Subcommittee held a joint hearing with SSA Commissioner Frank Bisignano. The timing mattered. It came one day after the release of the 2026 Trustee Report. Key fact to hit. Chairman Ron St. RKS opened by touting operational wins, faster processing, reduced backlog, framing them as private sector leadership work in a federal agency. Ranking member John Larson, DCT, used his opening statement to pivot straight to the trustee reporting finding. Without congressional action, the OASI Trust Fund hits insolvency in 2032 under a decade away, meaning an across-the-board benefit cut for retirees. The hearing also landed amid report that SSA has lost roughly 7,000 employees since January, its largest staffing reduction ever tied to dog-driven cuts. Now, this is where the hearing got really intense. Congressman John Larson asked one very simple question. He wanted to know if wealthy Americans should keep paying Social Security payroll taxes even after they earn more than the current income limit. Right now, there is cap. Once someone earn around 170k US dollars a year, they stop paying Social Security payroll taxes on any income above that amount. Larson used Elon Musk as an example. He basically asked, if billionaire make millionaire or even billionaire more, should they continue paying into Social Security? Instead of giving a direct yes or no answer, Frank Bisignano said that changing the tax law is up to Congress, not the Social Security Commissioner. Larson was not satisfied with that response. He kept asking the question in a different way, but Bisignano continued saying the same thing. The exchange became more and more heated. The Larson changed the topic. He said that talking about efficiency and customer service does not solve the biggest problem facing many seniors. According to Larson, around 5 million Americans, most of them women, receive Social Security benefits that are still below the poverty level. He also pointed out that about 40% of Social Security beneficiaries rely on these monthly checks as their only source of retirement income. His message was simple: for millions of Americans, this is not just about numbers, it's about paying rent, buying groceries, and being able to afford everyday living expenses. So, was this just another political argument, or could this debate actually lead to change that affect your Social Security benefit? Let's look at what happened next. It was not just Democrats. This was not a clean party like no line on either. Besgano also hold on second job. He offensively running the IRS at the same time as heading the SSA that drew bipartisan fire. Republican Rep. Max Miller publicly said he was embarrassed by Bisignano evancy answer on tax policy in earlier hearing and criticized his staff for not preparing him better. Criticized including former SSA Commissioner Martin O'Malley have argued Bisganano has waved through nearly every dog-driven change to the agency, including cuts former commissioners say have holded it out. What this means for your benefit? What this means for your benefit. First, no benefit increase was announced at this hearing. If you saw a headline promising a bump, this is why none happened here. Any COLA, cost of living adjustment for 2027, will be announced separately later in this year based on inflation data, not this hearing. Insolvency does not mean SSA disappearing by law. If the trust funds runs dry in 2032, incoming payroll taxes would still cover a majority of scheduled benefit, but that would mean an automatic across-the-board cut unless Congress acts first. The payroll tax cap fight is the real policy battle to watch. Lifting or raising the cap on high earners is the central Democratic proposal to close the funding gap. Republicans have generally resisted it, favoring other fixes like a higher retirement age. Stopping cuts are already affecting service where time of field office access and processing speed are live issue independent of the long-term funding fight. This fight over who pay and who get cut is not going away before the midterms. If you want the play-by-play, develop the cola announcement. Any votes on the payroll cap, all of it. Subscribe and hit bell icon. Drop a comment so the payroll tax can be lifted or higher retirement as the benefit better fix. See you in the next one. Bye bye.